All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshai, by Hashem Rakah double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you, brothers, pushing his truth throughout the four winds. Just quickly got some scriptures on basically pleasing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Just letting that be your MO. Mission objective is pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahshai, regardless of anything else, you know. So this is Galatians 1:10. It says, "For do I now persuade men or the Most High? Or do I seek to please men? For if I please men, I should not be the servant of Hamashiach." So it's all about Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? You go through this life and you understand that you're gonna deal with people, obstacles, just everything that tries to play tug of war with you, with your walk with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand those are nothing more than just obstacles, you know? So whatever you go through, just know that Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to constantly be there, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to basically get down on yourself, you know, and be in a woe is me spirit. You know, just walk your walk. You know, you're not doing this to please men. You're doing this for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he holds the salvation. And by him holding the salvation, our key, or what we should be locked into, is putting a smile on his face, having him pleased with us. Okay? 1 Thessalonians 2:4. "But as we were allowed of the Most High to be put in trust with the gospel, even so we speak, not as pleasing men, but the Most High, which trieth our hearts." You know what I'm saying? So those spirits that are able to try you, you know, and allowed to try to knock you off your walk, that's a test being put in front of you, not by men, but by the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go through those things, and you have to overcome through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? He'll use men basically to kind of nudge you. You know what I'm saying? He'll use men to nudge you and basically just use them as a barricade. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start getting into your head of, well, I didn't please this person, or I didn't make that person happy, then the focus leaves off of the true goal, and that's pleasing Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? Okay? Because it said, which trieth our hearts. So that's your mind. Your mind is tried by people. It could be people you've been knowing for years. It could be people you've been knowing for days. But the Lord will try your mind with people, things in life, and that's the thing. Once you can get solely focused on those things, then the narrative turns to, well, now you can't do the Lord's work, and that's Satan's whole objective. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a spiritual thing of understanding. In a sense, people can be against you. A lot of people, they can be against you to where you're not going to be able to know who's who. You know what I'm saying? But this is Proverbs 29:25. It says, "The fear of man bringeth a snare, but whoso putteth his trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshai shall be safe." You know what I'm saying? The fear of man. So when you fear men, you know, you're looking at the physical aspect of things and not trusting in the spirit of the Lord. So really and truly, like, men and, you know what I'm saying, things of that nature, you got to walk in that light, knowing that it can always be some sideways shit. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing we know about people will let you down. The Lord will never let you down. Okay? So when you start throwing your eggs in a basket of pleasing men and things like that, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know, you always set yourself up for failure with that. So constantly walk with the Lord, you know. Please him. You know what I'm saying? And let the chips fall where they may. Please him. You know, let people talk about you. Or let them say what they're going to say. It says, John 12:43. It says, for they love the praise of men more than the praise of the Most High. And some men like to be praised. You know, it tells you can praise, you know what I'm saying, let other men praise you. But you get the point, you know. That shit brings forth pride. You know, and pride goes before destruction. So what we have to do is walk this walk and truly walk it for the right reason. You know what I'm saying? You can't walk it to please somebody else. You know, never walk this walk to be pleasing someone else. Because you think about the up and coming times. Let's say you get put in a situation to where it's just you. All that thing that you've built up with someone was constantly around you. Now you're on your own, and sometimes you might not even know how to maneuver when you're by yourself. You know, just some food for thought. You know, just some food for thought. You could be in a situation, a concentration camp, or you're put in a place where the Lord tests you and see how you react or you maneuver by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not careful, you can fail horribly. You can fail miserably. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so used to depending on someone else. Let every man work out his own salvation with fear and trembling. That means you're individualized to working out your own salvation. You have a personal relationship with Yahweh Shem El Shai. You know what I'm saying? And those intimate moments with him, nobody's there. You got to kind of keep that mind frame. All right? It's Colossians 3:23. And whatsoever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not unto men. So whatever you're doing, do it to advance your spirit, advance your wisdom, your knowledge and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because you wake up one day and everybody will turn their back on you. And guess what? You still got to walk. You know, you still got to constantly move. You know what I'm saying? So the moral of this story is trust the Lord and not men. You know, brush shoulders with men as you may, but just know that it's a possibility that at any given moment the Lord can have it set up to where you kind of have to go through changes in life to where you'll catch yourself by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Does the walk stop? Of course not. Does anything change? Nope. Lord just seeing how you're maneuvering now. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it to please men. You know, we all have tests in this life. Okay? Acts 5:29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. So, and it's funny because the Lord speaks through men. You know, now when the Lord speaks through men, it could be a message of either side. You know what I'm saying? Your test comes from the Lord, and It could be some disappointing news, or it could be some uplifting news. But you have to understand that no matter what, it's always going to constantly be change in life. Okay? It's always going to be change, you know. But by it being change, that shouldn't stop your walk, you know. You know your own personal relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It's not the next man's job to walk your walk for you, you know. And I get the understanding of walking your walk and not pleasing men, because when you do that, you set yourself up for failure. Okay? Not saying there's nothing wrong with having brothers and being around brothers and things of that nature, but you got to truly understand that you don't know what the Lord has set up as your test. You know, it could be anything, but you always want to be in the mind frame of constantly following Him, to where nothing knocks you off your spiritual chariot, so to say. Okay, let me grab one more. This is Isaiah 2:22. Seize ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of. Check that out. So men, we walk this planet and we have faults, we have defaults, we have errors. You know what I'm saying? Even on our best day, we're as filthy rags. Okay? So you have to understand, all men are like this. So your trust should truly be in the Lord, you know? And that is what it is, you know? With that, I want to say shalom till next time.